So we're here, the day of the fight, Shawn Porter versus Kell Brook. These are my final thoughts. Now, as I've said ad nauseum in the past, in the lead up to this fight, Kell Brook is a nervous fighter. He's admitted in the past that nerves have hindered one of his previous performances, which was the last time he was in the States. He admitted after the fight he was nervous and it affected his performance in a negative way. So logically, you have to think, okay, well, if it affected his performance against a journeyman on an undercard last time he was in America, then there's a chance that, certainly a chance that it could affect him again. The nerves could affect him again and negatively impact on his performance against Shawn Porter in a much bigger fight with much more pressure. That's logical thinking, people. It doesn't mean it definitely will, but your mind has to be open to the possibility of that happening. Although this time he's got his family with him, and judging by the way he looked at the weigh-in, he might actually be able to control his nerves this time because he's got his family and his entourage and enough people around him to make him feel more comfortable than he did last time he was in the United States. So there's two scenarios here. The first scenario is Kell Brook looks nervous as hell in the dressing room, nervous as hell in the ring walk. First bell goes, he still looks pensive and nervous like Frank Bruno in the rematch with Mike Tyson, and he just completely freezes up and Shawn Porter runs right through him. He might not knock Kell Brook out in the first couple rounds, but he puts such a beating on him that it quickly becomes apparent that Kell Brook getting stopped or Kell Brook losing a landslide decision is inevitable. So that's the first scenario. Kell Brook just freezes up and can't control his nerves. The second scenario is Kell Brook can control his nerves. He has his entourage with him. They make him feel comfortable. He gets in the ring and he actually throws some hard shots at Shawn Porter in the first round or the first couple rounds and lets Shawn Porter know, look, I'm here to fight. I'm not scared and this is going to be a long night for you. In that situation, then I'm going to get what I want to see, which is a competitive fight. I think both these guys are evenly matched. They've both got their own strengths and weaknesses. I think Kell Brook is probably a bit more heavy-handed. He's obviously taller. He might have the longer arms. I'm not 100% sure. Taller guys don't always have longer arms than shorter guys. Go watch Floyd Mayweather against Diego Corrales. Floyd Mayweather had longer arms than Corrales. So he might have the longer arms. He's certainly the taller guy. Significantly taller as well. It looks a lot more than the 2 inches that they say on BoxRec to me. So yeah, he's a taller guy. I think he's a bit more heavy-handed. He throws the better straight shots as well. Shawn Porter's not really much of a straight puncher. He throws a few straight shots here and there, but especially in his last few fights, he likes those hooks. He likes to square up a little bit on the inside, Mike Tyson style, and get those hooks off. But in terms of Shawn Porter's strengths and weaknesses, I think he's got quicker feet than Kell Brook. I think he's more versatile and just a more rounded fighter than Kell Brook is. He's got better head movement, and I think he's got a better variety of punches as well. But as I say, Kell Brook, I think, has got the better straight punches, particularly the jab and the straight right hand. So I think these two guys are evenly matched, and if Kell Brook controls his nerves, like I say, I think he'll get some respect from Shawn Porter early on. And as the fight progresses, I think Shawn Porter, he might struggle here and there, but he'll adapt, he'll move around, and I think maybe the heat might slow Kell Brook down late in the fight. I know people say it's been hot in Sheffield. Please, Sheffield is not like California in terms of heat. Yes, Kell Brook's been there for 3 weeks. Well, Shawn Porter's been in California for all his life, as far as I'm aware. 20-something years. He's had far longer, obviously, to adjust to that heat and to be comfortable training in that heat and fighting in that heat than Kell Brook. So I think unless Kell Brook manages to catch him with a shot and take him out, it's possible. This is boxing. If Kell Brook manages to do that, I'll be happy. I just want to see a good fight. If we get to see a spectacular knockout from Kell Brook or from Shawn Porter, it's all good. I'm just a boxing fan. Right? I just want to see a good fight. So if Kell Brook manages to catch him with an uppercut and knock, or a straight right and knock Shawn Porter out in dramatic fashion in a couple of rounds, great. Yeah, I'll be happy that we saw a spectacular knockout. There's no hate here. There's no taking sides here for me. I just want to see a good fight. But the scenario I think is most likely is that Kell Brook actually fades a little bit down the stretch. Even if he fights to the best of his ability, I think he'll probably fade a bit down the stretch. And even if he does deserve to win on the cards, if he makes it to the final bell, even if he deserves to win on the cards, you have to remember he's fighting in Shawn Porter's backyard. This is a Golden Boy event. Shawn Porter is being groomed by Golden Boy for big fights, for mega fights. He's a very marketable star. So he's being groomed for that. He's an investment for Golden Boy. So the judges and the referee are most likely going to be on Shawn Porter's side, and they ain't going to do Kell Brook no favors. So if this fight is close in any way on the cards, you have to expect Shawn Porter to get a decision. Possibly even a controversial decision. So Kell Brook really is going to have to put an almighty beating on Shawn Porter. An insane beating. Maybe score a couple of knockdowns to actually get a decision. That's the level it's at. And if you don't do that, he has to get a knockout. And I just can't. I'm not confident that he can win. I think he can win. If he holds his nerves down, I think he can win. But I'm not confident that he can win clearly enough to convince the judges. You know, in the best case scenario for Kell Brook, I don't think he can win clearly enough to convince the judges. So I'm taking Shawn Porter, or I'm sticking with my original prediction. I'm taking Shawn Porter to win the fight, probably on points or late stoppage. And when I say late stoppage, I'm talking about maybe from the 8th round onwards. So drop your comments below. Let me know your final thoughts on this fight. Very interested to hear from you guys, especially you intelligent, sensible, dispassionate, objective boxing fans. Let me know in the comment section below. This is Hatman, I'm out.